In today's video, we'll be looking at the graph of sine theta. How do we draw the graph of sine theta under trigonometry? Now, this is relatively how we need to draw the graph of sine theta. For graph, basically we should know that we need two variables. How do I mean? Or we need two relatively variables in that case then. So we need our x and y axis in that case then. For our x-axis now, we have that as theta. For our y-axis, we have that as what? Sine theta. It means I'll be drawing this on the vertical line. I'll be drawing this on the what? Horizontal, relatively. So I'm going to be drawing sine theta against theta. Now, for me to draw, I need the whole values of both sine theta and what? Theta. Now, on my quadrant, I have from 0 to 360 degrees, in trigonometry. And in which case I made it of degrees plus 90. How do I mean? Starting from 0, I'm just using my quadrant's strict angles. So I have 0, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and what? 360 degrees in that case. Then you can use 0, 45, 90, 135, 180, and so on. You can use 0, 30, 60, 90. You can use that also. But to make it faster, I'm using my quadrant, the points on my what? On my quadrant. And as so, sine theta means you should check the sine of each of these angles up here to get my y. Now, let's see. Our sine 0 in this case, because sine theta means sine 0 for this first one. Sine 0 on your calculator or your four-figure table is what? Is 0. Sine 90 on your four-figure table is what? 1. Sine 180 on your four-figure table is what? 0. Sine 270 is minus 1, and sine 360 is what? Sine 360 is 0. So we can make it in one decimal places, by adding what? 0.0 to everything. Now, after adding 0.0 to everything, let's now plot the graph of what? Sine theta. Then we'll now be comparing it with that of cos theta and tan theta at the end of the day. So, but for this video, we're looking at only graph of sine theta. Now, plotting the graph, you can notice that we have only positive values of my x. Okay, I have only positive values of my x, and I have negative values of my y-axis. Now, in which case, I can draw conveniently like what? Like this. Can draw conveniently like what? Like this, having this as what? 0. Now, this is my 0 degrees. I'm measuring in degrees now, not as in axis. So this is still my positive x, this is my negative x in that case. I mean, negative x is at this other side, and this is positive y. This is what? Negative what? Y. Now, but in replacement of x and y, I have it as what? Theta. So this is like my positive theta. This is my negative theta at this side. This is my positive sine theta. And this is what? Negative what? Sine what? Theta. If we want to represent it on our graph. Now, looking at the values of my x, I have what? 0, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and so. So I have 90, I have 180, I have what? 270, and I have what? 360 degrees, and so on. So, I have 360 degrees and what? So on. Now, for my y-axis, I have what? Positive 0, and the x is what? 1. I have negative 0. I have positive 0. There's no even positive and negative, but anyhow. And we have what? Negative 1. So it means the highest is what? 1. And the highest for this, the least is what? Minus 1. Now, in which case, let's now plot. Straightforward. I have, for the first values of x and y, 0, 0. So it means I'm going to have it as what? At this point. You can circle it. For the second point, we have what? 91. I'm doing x, y. 91. I have this. I have 180, 0. This is 180. 0 is on this point, so you can put it here. For the next one, I have what? 270 minus 1. 270 minus 1. And for the last one, I have what? 360, 0. 360, 0. Now, looking at the graph of sine theta now, how does it look like? This is the graph of sine theta. So it makes it to continue going in this wavy-like direction from where? Starting from 0. In our next video, we'll be looking at that of cos theta.